I love food. I've always loved food. From the time I was like a little baby, I've always loved food. My grandmother used to put me on her knee. She used to put me on her knee and feed me bonbons. And even when I was little, I used to have this love affair with like peanut butter. I used to have peanut butter. And I used to eat so much peanut butter when I was little, I would have like an asthma attack. And my mom had to tell me that they stopped making peanut butter. So then she would stop going down the aisle, the peanut butter aisle. And then miraculously, my grandmother always had peanut butter. So I used to always love to go to her house and have peanut butter. Um, but the main thing about me and food is that I've always had this love, then kind of love battle with food. My family were big eaters. We eat a lot of heavy meals. You know, both of my sets of grandparents are from the South. So, you know, it's usually lots of food, big portions, really heavy, but it's so good though. It's not like it's, you know, nasty. It's like really delicious food. And recently, one of my sisters got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And my mom has had type 2 diabetes for, I would say, about 3-4 years now. Both of my grandmothers had it. And then come to find out, all of my mother's siblings have diabetes. And most of my cousins on my mother's side have diabetes as well. So, you know, when my sister found out maybe like 3 weeks ago that she had diabetes, it kind of was like a wake-up call for like the rest of the family. Mainly because, you know, there's this whole notion of like genetic and things are passed down genetically, but then there's also this notion of the way that we use food. And there was a while where I really was into like separating myself from how my family ate and how they did things, because I just wanted to do things differently. So I was like vegan for 5 years and really wanted to make some different changes. But I realized that even with that, I still had the sweet tooth, and I still ate the same way in the same portions, and I really had to reteach myself how to eat, because I was really using food to medicate pain and heartache and nervousness and things like that. And then as I began to research, I realized that I wasn't the only one who was doing that, you know, a lot of folks really use salt, fat, and sugar to medicate injustices or hurt feelings or trauma. You know, if they don't use drugs and alcohol, that they may use food that way. And so now it's really been about, how can I take care of myself? How can I use food to heal me as well as to live a longer life? And how can I share that with my family without being preachy and judgmental? How can I model good or better or different eating choices for them and with them? And it's been a journey, but I think that we've been working on it together. I mean, we've had some resistance, some real resistance, but we also have had some really big changes as well. What I love about soul food I love the words soul food. I mean, it's not just the food that comes from the South. It's whatever I cook. It's me cooking something and putting a hug in it or putting a love in it, and just really knowing how our ancestors have sustained us through energetically infusing our food with like love and determination, and really showing us that they love us through the way that they cook for us. You know what I mean? And I can do that whether I'm making, you know, brown rice and black eyed peas, or whether I'm making, you know, a fresh salad. It's what's in your heart that comes through your hands. And that's what I want to share with people.